I have been dating Jiang Li for 3 years. Apart from not having a marriage certificate, she and I are already recognized as husband and wife. I secretly planned a proposal to make the relationship legitimate. Until one time I heard her talking with her best friends. Not bad. A man of the school's rank will give you some training. I was a little embarrassed and was about to leave quietly. But he heard Jiang Li's nonchalant answer again. I like Ko Jinyan, but he is not interested in young girls who have just begun to fall in love. I can only gain experience with Cheng Yimo first. I didn't say anything, left silently, and threw Jiang Li's pregnancy test report into the trash can downstairs. 01. Jiang Li's words were like a sharp knife piercing my heart. My whole body was convulsing with pain. In a peaceful world, language is as lethal as thermal weapons. The conversation continued on the balcony, and the atmosphere seemed a bit strange. As expected of Miss Jiang, the school boss can only use it to gain experience. What's the difference between you and those high-ranking female officials in ancient times? Are you a good person? Jiang Li smiled and said, So what? Did he suffer a loss? Another best friend said, Yes. Not only did he not suffer any loss, he also spent 3 years in vain. Jiang Li cursed angrily. How dare you slut! Dare to cheat on me! Although I only used him to gain experience, I also paid for it with my true feelings. Several people tacitly understood each other and teased her. Hey, this is the first time I heard that you can have feelings while sleeping. It's no wonder. Cheng Yimo is excellent in all aspects, and people who like him can go to Paris. If you hadn't fallen in love with Ko Jinyan first, you would have married him and stayed with him for the rest of your life. How long do you plan to play with him? Asked a best friend. Jiang Li said without hesitation, There's no rush. We'll wait for a while. Then what if he stalks you then? Humph, you still dare to stalk me? A peaceful breakup is the most honorable option for him. Otherwise, how can he afford to pay for my 3 years of youth? I have done everything I should and shouldn't do, but the price I paid is not enough. Then can I take over after you break up? Well, you slut. That's what you had in mind. The laughter on the balcony grew louder and louder. I clenched my fists and felt a chill all over my body. It's a hot day in June, but it's freezing cold all over. I quietly exited the scene, swallowing smoke at the corner of the stairs 2 floors below. Within 10 minutes, there were more than 10 cigarette butts on the ground. I shook the cigarette box, but it was empty. Tal. At this moment, the irritability in my heart reached its peak. 02. Tears of humiliation kept falling. Jiang Li's words kept echoing in his mind like a curse. My last bit of self-esteem was ruthlessly trampled on by her. If I hadn't heard it with my own ears, I wouldn't have been able to imagine the true face of that gentle, clingy girl who puts me first in everything. No wonder she never responded positively to the topic of marriage. I didn't doubt anything. I just assumed it was not the right time. Because she gave everything of herself, including her body. It turns out I was just kidding myself. Today's society no longer values these things. I foolishly wanted to stay with her for the rest of my life, but in the end it was just my own wishful thinking. It is a topic of conversation in other people's chats. I tried to comfort myself that I had just been deceived emotionally and that I had not suffered anything else. But just thinking about Jiang Li falling into the arms of others, the mood suddenly fell out of control again. I don't know how much time passed. A beep came from the phone. It's Jiang Li. I may not be back tonight. It's a best friend's bureau, so I won't give you real-time reports. I didn't reply. She added again. Go and get my examination report. I'm so crazy that I always forget it, so I feel sorry for you to go there, my dear. I stared at the 2 pieces of information for a long time, unable to recover. Recently, Jiang Li's physical condition has been a bit off. She hasn't been to visit her aunt for more than a month. Jiang Li has an infertile constitution, and since we confirmed our relationship, we have had countless loving moments. Each time, she asked me to do nothing. Don't you men all like not wearing them? It feels better this way. Jiang Li told me that she loves me so much that she will never refuse anything I like. Of course, I couldn't refuse. Firstly, I felt that her feelings for me were very sincere. Secondly, if something unexpected happened, I could confidently propose marriage. But in an instant, I gradually became more awake. I gave myself 2 slaps. Now that I have become a clown, why do I still think about it? I gathered my emotions and went to the hospital to get the report. When the doctor explained the situation to me, I was stunned. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a normal pregnancy reaction. It was as if God was deliberately playing a trick on me. When there was a rift in my relationship with Jiang Li, she actually got pregnant. I had missed so many times in the past. I didn't get pregnant sooner or later, but I got pregnant at this time. My mood was extremely complicated. I remember the time when I first met Jiang Li. We are even sweeter than an ordinary loving couple. There is no wasted emotion in 3 years. I'm used to her presence, and she can't leave my side. I have never thought about the meaning of my life in a world without her. Maybe we can have a good talk. Maybe things can turn around. I held the report card, and the arrival of this little life strengthened my thoughts. I was determined to give each other a chance. A video call from my good friend Lee Xian knocked me into the abyss. 马德的老丑女人死哪去了? Your woman is flirting with someone else. It's so disgusting. Come on. After Lee Xian finished speaking, he changed the direction of the camera. At that moment, I felt like my world was silently collapsing. 03. Lee Xian originally asked me to have a drink tonight. Unexpectedly, the place he chose was the same place as Jiang Li and their girlfriends. In a dark corner of the bar, Jiang Li sat next to a handsome young man. In an instant, I guessed his identity, Ku Jinyan. The love in Jiang Li's heart. Jiang Li dressed maturely and elegantly tonight, with flaming red lips, a height of over 1.7 meters, red-soled high-heeled shoes, and a pair of rimless glasses. She was full of royal sister style, making people want to kiss her. The two of them were clearly separated from the people around them. Even the conversation felt like a whisper. Even through the screen, you can feel a strong atmosphere of ambiguity. I couldn't help but feel suffocated inside. I thought it was just Jiang Li who liked Ku Jinyan unilaterally, and it seemed that he was also interested in her. The atmosphere in the bar suddenly reached a climax, and the hormones on the dance floor instantly reached its peak. The feasting made everyone unable to help but dance. Without any surprises, Jiang Li and Ku Jinyan danced a pas de deux under the favorable atmosphere. Ku Jinyan's hands couldn't help but consciously explore Jiang Li's body. Jiang Li didn't stop him, just showed an angry expression. They started flirting with each other, cuddling and cuddling. When the love was intense, Ku Jinyan kissed Jiang Li's red lips forcefully. The best friends immediately started cheering and surrounded them as if they were afraid that someone would disturb them at this moment. The two of them engaged in a French wet kiss, as if no one else was around. Ku Jinyan even bit Jiang Li's neck unsatisfied. Jiang Li pressed his head firmly with her hands, preventing him from leaving. I'm sure that if it weren't for the wrong place, they would have been on the bed. This situation lasted for 5 minutes in total, and they reluctantly separated until the music stopped. During these 5 long minutes, I seemed to have forgotten to breathe and stared at the screen the whole time, not missing even a single bit of the picture. My heart felt like it was being torn out alive. I couldn't help crying and laughing, and I felt like I was mentally ill. Fuck. Lao Chung, your woman is cuckolding you. I'm going to help you teach that couple a lesson. Lee Xian wanted to rush over without saying a word. I shook my head at him. Lee Xian's face was full of astonishment. He knew how deep my feelings for Jiang Li were. He found a quiet place and couldn't wait to speak. What's wrong with you two? Didn't you tell me that you planned to propose to me some time ago? What's the situation now? I was depressed and my voice was low. I discovered the truth of some things. Lee Xian is my colleague and best friend. We are still college classmates and have known each other longer than Jiang Li. Now that he broke the news about Jiang Li, I don't intend to hide it. Jiang Li disguised herself very well, and her gentleness and thoughtfulness were deeply rooted in people's hearts. So much so that for 3 whole years, I didn't see that she loved anyone else. What's going on? She cuckolded you, but you kept silent? Can you tolerate this? You saw clearly the scene just now. Men don't mind anything except cheating. 不会的，老李. I interrupted him and stated calmly, since I can't change her, why not let myself go? I remembered what Jiang Li said on the balcony. A peaceful breakup is his most honorable choice. I know Jiang Li well, and she is fully prepared for every word she speaks. Stalking me will only make me lose face, but it will not change the outcome of the matter. In that case, it's better to let me settle it. I want to stay away from Jiang Li. Lao Li, I decided to transfer to other places with you. When will the agreement be signed? The sooner the better. 04. Jiang Li's behavior made me completely disappointed in her. In order to avoid a long-distance relationship with her, I did not choose to return to the south, but stayed in Yanjing to work. Every inch of land in Yanjing is very expensive. It is easy for a person like me from an ordinary background to survive, but it is difficult to develop. The most important thing is that the climate in the north is really not suitable for me. When I first came here, I went straight to the hospital because I was not acclimatized. To this day, I'm still a little uncomfortable with it. Regarding my decision, Lee Xian was naturally happy and took off on the spot. Although he was born and raised in Yanjing, he yearned for life in the south. We both work in a technology company and are both technical backbones. The head office's development has reached a bottleneck due to geographical restrictions and other factors, but the branches in the south are thriving. A month ago, the head office planned to send a group of technical backbones there for development and promised to be promoted to senior executives within 2 years. The conditions are attractive, but few are willing to go. After all, no one wants to leave Yanjing, a place that marks the pinnacle. Being dispatched by the company has no harm to me except not being able to stay with Jiang Li. The most important thing for a man is his career. We 2 brothers work together, not to mention branch offices. Covering the sky with one hand and getting ahead is indispensable. I've told you before, love requires material things, especially a young lady like Jiang Li. Do you think you can support her with that salary? Lee Xian said. Lee Xian's words suddenly shocked me. I discovered that Jiang Li had been suppressing his true nature after falling in love with me. It is normal for a young lady to have many luxuries. It is natural for women to love beauty. But I have never seen her buy any luxury goods. Even the Chanel I gave her as a gift, she resolutely returned it. I thought she loved me so much that she didn't care about these things. And every time she passed by those counters, she couldn't help but look inside. It turns out they were all staged. In order to establish a character, Zhongli did not hesitate to suppress his own nature. Just because I am her love partner. I let out a long sigh, my heart filled with sadness. This is how people are. As long as they find clues, they will see details everywhere. I can't afford to offend Zhongli, so I can only stay away from her. It doesn't matter where you go, as long as there is no Zhongli. Corporate dispatch is my best option. From now on, Zhongli and I live in the south and north, separated by hundreds of thousands of miles. 05. Before going back, I threw the pregnancy test report into the trash can. No matter how slow Zhongli is, he will notice abnormalities in his body within a few months at most. When the time comes, she will abort it without hesitation. I once fantasized about the arrival of this child. Because at that time, I felt that under the situation, Zhongli would no longer avoid the marriage issue. It's just that I thought too wonderfully. Zhongli did what she said and didn't send me any more messages. We agreed to be friends, but we didn't expect that there was a man. I laughed to myself. It turns out that Zhongli can also lie. She obviously looks so innocent. No people, no faces, but don't know hearts. The living room is filled with photos of me and her. In the photo, Zhongli looked at the camera with a smile on her face, which seemed like the ultimate mockery of me. For a moment, I became angry and wanted to smash everything about her and me and this family to pieces. But in the game of love, whoever goes crazy first loses. I tried my best to hold it in, since I was manipulated by Zhongli from beginning to end. Then leaving calmly is the best counterattack. I forced myself to fall asleep, which resulted in me tossing and turning even more irritated. It wasn't until dawn that he fainted and lost consciousness. In the dream, I felt someone hugging me tightly from behind. I woke up with a start. A pair of soft white hands turned me over. 06. Facing that dream face. My breathing suddenly slowed down for half a beat. A body fragrance unique to Zhongli slowly spread out, as if to prove her existence. I don't know when Zhongli came back. Zhongli appeared quietly, or maybe I was sleeping too deeply. When she saw me waking up, her face was full of teasing. She held my head in both hands and pressed her whole head towards me. I hurriedly turned my head away and refused her request for a kiss. Zhongli was stunned for a moment, then smiled and said, "What? Do you blame me for not reporting to you in real time yesterday?" "I told you this is a bestie bureau. There's nothing to worry about." I didn't say anything, turned to one side, and continued to rest with my eyes closed. Zhongli scolded me while leaning towards me and hugging me tightly. "Okay, you are actually angry with me. Even if I don't report it to you, I should be the one who is angry. It's good for you. You haven't asked a question about me from the beginning to the end. You sleep comfortably at home. Do you trust me so much?" She turned me over again and shrank her whole body into my arms. "Okay, it's my fault. I shouldn't have neglected you just to spend time with my best friend. Just be at ease. You know how much I love you. How could you be messing around outside? Besides, it's a best friend's game and there are no men." I shuddered suddenly. The screen recording on my phone was still there. Zhongli doesn't tell the truth now. She became too scary. Zhongli didn't notice anything unusual about me, and her hands gently groped my body as if purposefully. I felt a hot breath coming from my ears. As soon as he opened his eyes, he directly met Zhongli, whose eyes were filled with spring water. "一墨，我想要了." She grabbed me at once. The clear touch woke me up. I sat up suddenly, and Zhongli was startled. How could she be so mean? Could it be that Kujinian made her angry last night without feeding her, and now she is asked to put it out? Zhongli's face was full of shock, and she didn't know why. I looked ugly, and still said nothing. "What are you doing? Are you serious? Just because I didn't report in time last night? Does this trivial matter?" I turned to look at her with cold eyes. She realized that I was really angry, so she started to act smart and said, "Have you read too many novels and you always think that the best friend bureau is some kind of random party? Let me guess, you must think that there is no room for men, so you will definitely order a male model, right? Oh, you have such a rich imagination, and you think too badly of my best friend and me. You really love me very much. Once you can't find me, you'll think wildly." I was extremely angry and speechless at her words. She never imagined that I already knew everything. She is still acting with me here. Right. She didn't order a male model, but she did something even more disgusting than ordering a male model. 想象力丰富的是你，不是我. I stood up quickly, feeling dirty even if I stayed with Zhongli for one more second. Her expression became distressed, and she couldn't figure out why I had such a big reaction, so she started to change the topic. "By the way, you should have gotten the results of the physical examination back, right? It should be fine. It's just that my life is a little irregular. Isn't it a serious illness?" I didn't respond. When it comes to business matters, my attitude is still the same. Jiang Li finally lost his patience. What about you? Cheng Yimou, why do you, a grown man, imitate a little girl to lose her temper? How big a deal is it? If you don't know, you think I'm sorry for you. I replied coldly. That's right. I'm just sorry. Jiang Li was suddenly startled. Meeting my threatening gaze, she dodged for the first time. After more than 10 seconds of silence, she spoke confidently again. What do you mean? Do you doubt me? I gave you everything I had. I, a rich young lady, gave up everything in the past to live an ordinary life with you. What do you think I am after? You actually doubt me now? Do you want to lose face? She began to feel aggrieved and tears came at every turn. I sighed deeply. Jiang Li's ability to rake someone's back is really impressive. She would never admit it unless she produced evidence. It's just that I don't want to be exposed prematurely now, because that would just embarrass myself. Jiang Li knows how to find weaknesses in others. I can't beat her head on. Do you know it yourself? I said. Jiang Li retorted, you can ask my bestie. I smiled scornfully. No one knew who my best friend was looking for. Jiang Li knows that I rarely go to places like bars. She was smart enough to even choose a bar that was in a small and remote location. But God's calculation is better than the calculation of man. It was also the place where Li Xian asked me to drink. None of them noticed that their every move was being watched by a pair of eyes. The atmosphere became tense. Jiang Li maintained her innocence, and I also maintained the truth. None of us would give in. The two people who were once loving and sweet have finally become a thing of the past. 07. A burst of cell phone ringing broke the deadlock. Not mine. Jiang Li glanced at her phone, a hint of panic flashing across her expression. It would have been impossible for me to notice it before. As the saying goes, as long as people find clues, they will see details everywhere. As expected, the call should be from Ko Jinyan. Jiang Li didn't answer and hung up the phone silently. Answer it? Why don't you answer it? Are you feeling guilty? I said bluntly. What do I feel guilty for? It's just a scam call, so I won't answer it for what I want. Cheng Yimou, how long are you going to be so nervous? After saying that, Jiang Li got up and went to the bathroom. I kind of doubt whether she went to reply to Ko Jinyan. 10 minutes later, Jiang Li came out. No need for me to verify it myself. She herself has been exposed. Jiang Li looked at me and said, I found that there is a crisis of trust between us. This problem is huge, and it will cause us to break up. So, I think we should take some time apart to calm down with each other. Jiang Li didn't ask for my consent, as if he was announcing the result. She began to pack her luggage. From beginning to end, I had no choice. I don't understand why she didn't just break up. Could it be that you haven't had enough fun, as you said on the balcony that day? I didn't say anything or blocked it. She can leave if she wants, I don't care. I'll come back after a while, and I hope to hear your apology then. Jiang Li closed the door forcefully, as if she was venting her emotions. I couldn't help but laugh. She was clearly the one who made the mistake, so why can she still confidently ask me to apologize? Come back later? Feel sorry. Come back, I won't come. In the afternoon, when Jiang Li left, I packed up all my belongings. I lost all the proof that Jiang Li and I were together, such as group photos and so on. Only a few of her own personal belongings remained. I took a look at my masterpiece and was quite satisfied. There is no trace of my life in this home now. Only Jiang Li was left. I couldn't wait to sign a dispatch contract with the company. Of course, Li Xian is also among them. Rather, he is the most positive person. This kind of person is easy to understand. As a native of Yanjing, he just wants to change places to have fun when he gets tired of staying there. Have you and Jiang Li broken up? Li Xian asked. It probably doesn't count. She just said we were separated for a while and didn't mention breaking up. I replied nonchalantly. Can you really let it go? After all, you once loved her so much. Holy crap, you guys are really speechless. When you found out she was cheating on you, you were the one who yelled the most and told me to break up. But now you say this, you are sincerely messing with me, right? Isn't this because I'm afraid you'll fall too deep? Why didn't you explode last time? Are you really so tolerant? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Li Xian scratched his head sheepishly and asked about his doubts. I said directly, it was quite uncomfortable at first, but then I figured it out. She's just my girlfriend, not my wife. Am I at a disadvantage? Li Xian gave me a thumbs up. Transparent. We later talked about Ko Jinyan. Li Xian is well-informed and knows a lot. Ko Jinyan is a rich second generation, but there are a lot of people like him in Yanjing. My family has some money and I look pretty good, but I am a bit carefree, and everyone in my circle knows that. At that time, he told Jiang Li that he didn't like the young girl who was in love for the first time, but in fact it was just a way of playing hard to get. Jiang Li comes from an extraordinary family, at least 2 ranks higher than Ko Jinyan, and her appearance is comparable to that of the school beauty. I admit that I only agreed to date her because I loved her appearance. How could Ko Jinyan resist? No one expected Jiang Li to take it seriously. She uses me to practice love and gain experience for herself. I heard that Ko Jin-myun regretted it so much that he got drunk every day in the bar. So Ko Jin-myun is poaching me now to climb the big tree of the Jiang family? I asked. I don't rule out the possibility of having the same hobby as Boss Chow. We both looked at each other and smiled. We understood everything, and it was not enough for outsiders. 08. On the third day after signing the agreement, I boarded a flight to Guangzhou. The main focus is a quick one. When I got off the plane, I took a deep breath of air. That's it. No smell of smog. The uncomfortable feeling that had been lingering in his body finally disappeared. Sure enough, the South suits me. I am very adaptable. Jiang Li's incident no longer had any impact on me, and I quickly got into work. There was a little hiccup during this period. One of Jiang Li's best friends posted on Moments. There is no touching copywriting, just landscape pictures. Thanks to her, I know what Jiang Li has done in the past half month. It turned out that I was traveling with my best friends. Of course, Ko Jin-myun is also responsible. I don't know whether this best friend did it intentionally or unintentionally, but in the circle of friends she posted, there's a picture of Jiang Li and Ko Jin-myun holding hands and snuggling together. They're like a couple, loving and happy. I don't know if this best friend forgot to have me as a friend, or if she didn't remember to block me. On a whim, I gave her a like. In less than an hour, that circle of friends disappeared. I couldn't help but grin, and had a rough guess in my mind. It just depends on whether Jiang Li will come and explain to me. After waiting for 2 days, there has been no response. Sure enough, these days, bestie is basically a derogatory term. No wonder there is a word called Demi. Not everyone around Jiang Li is a good person. A month later, Jiang Li received news. Early in the morning, I was woken up by a phone call. The person opposite was furious, but I gradually felt relieved. Chung Yimo, why was my house emptied out and only my things were left? Jiang Li asked loudly. I replied calmly. Oh, because I moved, and everything that belonged to me was taken away. Moving? What house are you moving to? Isn't your home here? I've only been out for a month, and you're going to do this for me, right? Do you want to break up? Have you asked me? Didn't I tell you to give each other time to calm down? Jiang Li's voice changed. Come to think of it, if you go on a happy trip with the person you like and come back to find that your home has been stolen, isn't this a disappointment? No need. Since you only have Ko Jin-myun in your heart, what can you do if you give me more time? I exposed it mercilessly, and Jiang Li fell into a long silence. I can imagine the shock on the person's face. After a long silence, Jiang Li finally asked, How did you know? I heard the conversation you had with your best friend on the balcony more than a month ago, I said. Listen to my explanation. That was all in the past. Ever since I started dating you, I have cut off all contact with him. Jiang Li readily explained. What's ridiculous is that she thought I only knew about her using me to practice love to gain experience. I had no idea about my relationship with Ko Jin-myun. I have no intention of telling the whole story now. That's my trump card, my final trump card. Is there any need to explain now? You like Ko Jin-myun, then I'll help you, and let's break up. After holding back for a month, I finally said these words. This time the situation has changed. I am taking the initiative, and Jiang Li is taking the passive one. Jiang Li's voice was full of disbelief. I told the answer again. I don't believe it. Where are you? If you have the guts, tell me in person. I'm sorry, I'm no longer in Yanjing. It doesn't really make much sense whether or not you face me face to face. Anyway, the meaning is the same. You Chung Yimo, you dare to break up with me first without my permission. You're not qualified. If you want to break up, I should dump you first. But the problem is that I raised it first, didn't I? Let's not talk about it anymore. I still have a job. I'm hanging up. I hung up the phone and even turned off my phone. Suddenly, I felt refreshed, and half of the bad breath I had been suppressing finally came out. I know Jiang Li. She has a strong sense of self-esteem and will not give up easily. I remembered a conversation she had with her best friend. What if he stalks you? I laughed out loud. Sure enough, you can't say it too absolutely. Now the identities have been swapped. I should have exploded the most, but in the end I didn't cry or make a fuss, and left quietly and decently. On the contrary, Jiang Li became unyielding. 09. My guess was indeed correct. Jiang Li complained to both parents. We have been in love for 3 years, and neither parent has any objection. Except for not having a marriage certificate, Jiang Li and I can be considered a real couple. Jiang Li's parents are very talkative. They didn't mean to accuse me, they just asked if there was any conflict between us. I respect my former prospective father-in-law and mother-in-law from the bottom of my heart. They never looked down on me, and even treated Jiang Li and me equally. I couldn't bear to tell them the truth. Just say you can handle it. My own parents, on the other hand, made me furious. Jiang Li used to disguise herself so well that she won their favor. They even gave me an order that no matter what mistakes Jiang Li made, no matter what method I used, I must coax her to a good place. I told them that Jiang Li fell in love with someone else. They thought that I didn't care enough about Jiang Li, which caused her to fall in love with someone else. I simply ignore these unreasonable parents. Which man can accept being cuckolded? To put it lightly, just because they were not the ones who were hurt. I always knew what my parents really wanted. I am not the only male in my family. I have older brothers and younger brothers. They are all ordinary country people. They wanted me to climb a tree. Jiangli called again, as if to demonstrate. How about it? Get back together? But you have to apologize to me. Otherwise, I will never forgive you for disappearing without a word. Jiangli was bound to win, but she didn't realize how big of a mistake she had made. Getting back together? It's impossible in this life. Think about what you said yourself. Why are you stalking me now? Isn't it good to break up peacefully? I didn't waver at all. Even though I knew it was a deep pit, I still stepped into it desperately. Isn't this a brain disease? Why are you so heartless? Is it because I once liked Ke Jinyan? Jiangli became impatient, and she finally realized that I was incapable of eating. This is one of them. There are more that you know in your heart. I don't need to explain anything to you. Chen Yimo, I found out why you are so narrow-minded. You can't tolerate even a grain of sand. Jiangli's words completely angered me. I lost control of my emotions and yelled, Am I being petty? Jiangli, is there nothing wrong with you? What do you think? How does it feel to have been fooled for 3 years? Can you not care about anything? I'm not a saint. I can see everything. But Chen Yimo, did you suffer a loss? I also gave you everything I had. Are you the only one paying? Jiangli retorted. So this is what makes me most uncomfortable. For Ke Jinyan, you are willing to sacrifice yourself. Is it worth it? What I'm afraid of is not the past. What I'm afraid of is the future. Will you mess around with Ke Jinyan behind my back? No, it's you I love now. After hearing this, I hung up the phone and blocked all contacts with Jiangli. Jiangli's behavior disgusts me so much. What does this matter with Ke Jinyan mean? What qualifications does she have to say she loves me? Isn't this a complete scumbag? 10. I thought blacklisting Jiang Li would bring the matter to an end. Just a week later, things were back to square one. It's just that this time it's more intense than before. Jiang Li finally found Guangqing. Yimo, can we talk? Jiang Li is a little strange today. We have already broken up, so he shouldn't be calm to me. She caressed her belly deliberately, and her eyes seemed to exude the brilliance of motherhood. A thought flashed through my mind. Jiang Li spoke slowly and went straight to the point. EMO, let's get back together. For the sake of our baby, how about we stop throwing tantrums? My pupils shrank. It was different from what I expected. I asked in disbelief. Didn't you go and get rid of it? Jiang Li suddenly covered her mouth and chuckled. Sure enough, you already knew it. It was the previous physical examination report, right? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I wasn't interested in Jiang Li's other questions, so I repeated the question I just asked. Why didn't you get rid of it? Why should I have it aborted? Jiang Li looked at me strangely. This is our baby. This is the crystallization of our love. Didn't you always look forward to it? And the doctor said that I have an infertile constitution and the chance of conceiving a baby is low, so he is our lucky one. Can you stop being angry? Let's make peace, get married when we get back, and raise the baby together. Marry? Impossible. She must be lying to me. I shook my head in horror. It shouldn't be like this. If Jiang Li had this kind of consciousness, why would he cause so many troubles? No, it shouldn't be like this. You should abort the child for Ke Jinyan. That would be in line with your personality. Aren't you using my practice to gain experience? Why are you getting deeper and deeper? Ikastuna Jiang Li. From the moment I met her, I felt like everything was abnormal. It seems like something is deviating from its original trajectory. Am I this kind of person in your heart? Jiang Li asked sadly with tears in her eyes. Yes, this is your true face. I showed her the screen recording I had made at the bar and the screenshots of her best friend's circle of friends. This is my trump card. I don't believe she has the nerve to continue to pester her now. Jiang Li's expression was revealed, and her eyes were more confused than ever before. Did you see it? This is you, a bitch who is not what you seem. While hooking up with Ke Jinyan, you said you love me. Bah, Jiang Li, you are so disgusting. 我早就知道了，你秘密，可笑你居然一直在演。Do you still need to quibble? My crazy look made Jiang Li shrink in fear. She lowered her head and allowed me to humiliate her to my heart's content. Until I got tired of scolding and the anger in my heart was completely vented. The whole person started to calm down. During this process, Jiang Li said nothing and cried silently with tears in her eyes the whole time. I didn't pity her. It was entirely her fault. After an unknown amount of time, she raised her head with red and swollen eyes and said in a hoarse voice, I don't want to make any excuses. I know I'm sorry for you. Because of that obsession back then, I couldn't help but hurt you. I know I am not qualified to be forgiven, but I hope you will give me a chance and give our children a chance. I swear that I will never have anything to do with Ke Jinyan again. I will only love you in this life. Jiang Li's eyes were sincere, and her expression was full of sadness and prayer. I responded cruelly. Dream, your love makes me feel sick, and I will never forgive you in this life. Go away. Don't appear in front of me again. I turned around decisively, and no matter how much Zhongli cried and tried to persuade her to stay, she didn't show any mercy. After walking far away, I could still hear her crying. Cheng Yimou, I will not give up on you. I looked sarcastic. Belated affection is worse than grass. You are the one who used me to practice in the first place, so why was it you who got into the deepest trap? 11. For a whole year, I didn't receive any news about Zhongli. Life gradually returned to calm, as if she had never appeared in my life. Within 1 year, Li Xian and I were promoted to branch executives, and our future was bright. During this period, I fell in love again. The other party is from Guangqing. Although she is not as beautiful as Zhongli, she has the unique gentleness of a southern girl. I love so much. Maybe this is what I really pursue in my heart. After being in love for half a year, I am ready to propose. Because I don't want to make the same mistakes again and avoid long nights and dreams. But at this time, Zhongli appeared. She was holding what appeared to be a 2 to 3-month-old baby. She held my hand tightly and kept mumbling, "The child is yours. If you don't believe me, you can come with me for a paternity test." Once again, she disrupted all my plans. Completely,